Hey guys, Tony back with the Brighton Homestead. I'm back out at the farm this weekend. We didn't really do a lot of work the last couple weeks, and it's looking like today's not going to be much of a work day either. So I wanted to kind of go through and I guess show you the outbuildings, what kind of shape they're in. It's rough. And I think, so the next video we're going to do after this is going to be cleaning up the inside and starting on the outside as well. So I'm going to go into one of these buildings over here. I say buildings loosely. They're more or less standing structures. There's not a lot left of them. But this here is, you can kind of see it. It's kind of a, well, the people that own it before us were using it as a rabbit like area. You can kind of look around here. Look at that. There's a, we've already emptied out some of these rabbit cages. There's about probably 10 or 15. I mean, I'm bent over right now. Hold on. 10 or 15 rabbit cages in here. And it has all this junk and trash in here. You can kind of see over there. We're going to clean this out and hopefully use this for chickens or maybe some goats or sheep once we get out here. All right, on to the next. So we've got lots of plans out here. It's just, it's cold in here in Iowa. So doing stuff in the cold is kind of, I don't like being cold. I'm from here, but you just never get used to being cold. So we're planning on doing a bunch of stuff here soon, but just haven't got it started yet. The next one's going to be kind of an awe, like, oh my gosh. So this is the shed so you can see the house over there. This is the building right next to it, okay? I'm gonna open it up. This is how we bought it. Keep in mind, none of this stuff was ours. We just haven't cleaned it out yet. So this is inside this shed. Okay. It's, you look over there, full of trash. You can kind of see on the ground here. It's just got trash everywhere. And right next to it is a little shorter kind of a area. There's the roof. You come in here and it's just got, you know, lots of work to be done. Not sure what we're going to do with it yet, because if you look at it, it kind of has a lean to it. I don't know if you can see it in that video. Needs a lot of work though. That's going to be my special project, because I want to kind of turn that into like, not necessarily a shop, but a shed, because it's right next to the house. Like, look how close it is to the house. You know, it's a good location. It's got a lean to it. Like, everything kind of leans like that way. So it's gonna need some structural repairs, I'm sure. The roof is all metal. It's probably all rusted through, but I'm drinking my daily Monster. And then this right here, what I'm about to show you, used to be a shed. A couple years back, somebody came out here and literally tore it down to the frame and stole a bunch of the 2x4s off of it. So it's a mess. It's a big trash pile from what we've been pulling and trying to pile up, and we're gonna burn it all. So it looks pretty rough, doesn't it? It's pretty gross, I know. All that stuff is stuff we've pulled from inside the house already. We've just kind of been piling it up. And it's not far from the house either. It was a good location, see? But they tore it. It used to be a complete building, and now that's all that's left of it. So it's unfortunate, but we're not gonna be able to use it. We just have to burn it all. And that's where we're gonna put a garage. We might even put a trailer out here so we can move out here sooner. Live in the trailer, fix the house up, all that stuff. We'll go to another building. Here we go. Before we go to the building, you know, it's got the cattle gates out here. So this fence line, it's pretty neat. So this, I thought it was closed off for the longest time, and found out it wasn't. So this gate closes up to this pasture. However, there's a big fence right through here, and turns out that there's actually not anything below it. So that actually doesn't keep anything in over there. So that both these pastures are open, because this goes all the way around over here, and it's all open over here. So we're gonna have to put some fence up in the middle to separate the pastures. I'm gonna go over to the one pasture here though and show you kind of the little setup. This used to be all really tall grass. Like I said, we lease the land out to people with sheep, and they keep it pretty trimmed up, and then the cold comes through and kind of kills everything off. I wanted to show you guys this. This is one of the spigots, the water spigots to kind of feed the animals. None of it works right now because the water pump is bad, and the water pump's actually for the well is in the front of the property, all the way up front. I'll show you that when we go to leave. The pump's it's been dead. It's been out for probably 3 or 4 years now, but I'd like to get that working so that we have water for the animals. I don't think we're going to use well water for the house. They gave us a pretty decent price to run city water out here because we're close enough to the city to hook up to the city lines. I know it's going to cost a little bit. It's going to cost more to use city water, but the well water out here, when we got it tested, wasn't safe to drink for people, just animals. So probably not going to be able to use that except for the animals. There's another spigot kind of close to the house. Actually, I'm going to show it to you while we got you here. Give me a minute, I got to walk over there. Right here. See that? It also doesn't work for nothing, but it's there. So if we do get the pump working, we will have water for the animals, easily accessible, so I'm not having to lug water out there. And then this little building here is kind of a little, it's an overhead. It's nothing's heated, nothing's really big, but use it for smaller animals, get them out of the rain if it starts raining out here, whatever, stops the wind. And then I'm gonna go over to this one. This one it looked like it was like for pigs or something. I'm gonna climb in here. All right, here we go. All right, we're going inside. Here we go. It's rough. The ceiling has collapsed. I don't know if we're gonna be able to save this one, unfortunately. That's the ceiling right there. And then, see, they got the dividers in there. It'd be really cool to be able to save it, but over the years, it looks like the weather's just really, oh, I'm stuck in some vines. Hold on. Oh, gosh. The weather's really done a number to it. So let me get out in front of it. I'll show you kind of what it looks like. Yeah, that roof's pretty much gone. Unfortunately, we'll have to probably tear that down and, you know, put something else there or just leave it open. And then there's another building right next to it, probably, oh gosh, 30 feet right here. You know, we'll go in there and look at it. This one is also in pretty rough shape, but it's in better shape. You know, some 2x4s and, you know, extra pieces of metal for the roofing. I could probably use that for, you know, some kind of shelter, put some dividers in there if you know, the sheep want to have babies and stuff. This next one's cool. This is cool. I want to show you. This one's actually in pretty good shape. So the house is back there. This building's right here. It's pretty sweet. We're going to climb in here. Hold on. Oh, so this one's going to need some roof work. Okay. But it's divided up and it's got a fence, a little divider, like with the chicken wire and stuff. So it can be used for, I don't know if cows can go in here or not, but this one's, you know, it's in pretty good shape. They were using it for the sheep overhead. Maybe if you fixed it up, closed off the roof, you could keep them warm in here too. So not bad. I like the building. It's in a good spot because the back of the pasture is right over there where those silos are. And then that's the divider right there in the middle that I was saying that does not exist. I did not realize that. And I've had this farm for a long time and I've never actually, I guess, walked that middle fence line. You learn something new every day, right? That's pretty much it for the outbuildings. They are all in really bad shape. They all need work along with the rest of the house. And work takes money, and money, it's hard to come by these days. No, but it's going to be something. So we got the swing set over there. That was actually here when we bought it. So we moved it over to that spot for the kids. So when we're out here, working on it, we can put the kids out here to play. And they've all been out here. They love the property. It's just a matter of actually getting out here and doing the work. So I'm going to show you again the outside of the house. I forgot the key to go inside, so we won't be able to go inside. But house does run on propane, so that's a plus at least. And there's still 40% life left in the propane that's in there somehow, because we haven't been running the heat out here. So I'll show you the outside, and then we'll call it for a day. All right, so I'm going to show you so this would be the back porch here. It's where the mudroom's at. I'll show you what we've done so far, and then we'll kind of do a 360 around the house. Ready? Let me see if I can turn it. All right, so as you can see, lots of trees right here. We had to tear those out this summer because they were getting really overgrown. As you can see, there's trash out here from, random visitors coming out and dumping their trash, tires, stuff like that. So when we bought the place, though, it had this walk-up, I'm guessing a wheelchair accessible ramp. It's all rotted through. So we're going to rip that out and put a deck back here. And then you have your door into the mudroom. And if you look underneath, it's literally just sitting on cinder blocks. So that's gonna need some love. Okay. Going around the side, I kind of showed you guys this in the last video, but we got trees growing up in the foundation. All the windows are gonna need replaced because they're all older, obviously. Siding's not in bad shape. We got a water spigot right by the back door. And then we had to get a new padlock because the old one had been broken into. And then you got your foundation, windows, yep. See all those trees there, right there, come down from this huge, massive tree. I piled them up all this summer. I was gonna burn them, never got to it, but that's the plan, right? So you can see here, the whole foundation is kind of leaning like this. Like, look at that. Pretty crazy, but let's go up on the porch. All right, so we are at the porch, right? So this is what is the porch now, okay? It used to have the wraparound porch. It's obvious because it's got the poles, but they took it out. They put a porch over there. They put a porch right here. So we're gonna eventually, once we probably get into the place, rip all of this out. We're gonna start the porch again right over here. Sorry, right there. Run it all the way around out to there, and then all the way back to that door there. And it's gonna be beautiful. I talked about that in the last video, but this door here, this goes into, it's all locked, into the living room. So your living room is gonna look out to the road. That's the gravel that we come up the driveway. And then over here is the main road. So the house itself sits up kind of elevated to the rest of the land. So it's all kind of a like small downhill slope in the back or the front. And then the back, it's all generally pretty flat, except for over here. It kind of goes down into the driveway. And then this is the other side of the porch. And then that goes to the dining room, that door right there. So you got your living room right here, and then the dining room is right back here where we're gonna eat. And obviously you can see upstairs, all the leaves in the gutters is probably gonna need new gutters. I don't know, they look like they're in decent shape still. And then I noticed from the outside, you can see that window is broken out right there. Probably a culprit to what's leaking, making the ceilings leak and stuff. So it's gonna need some work, and we're really excited. Oh, I forgot one thing. This right here is a cistern. It's the rainwater that you store in there and all that stuff. So we don't really use it, obviously, but I'd like to get everything working. And oh, look at this. Oh, this is really cool. Here, hold on one sec. So this fridge was here on the property when we bought it. Look at this thing. It's got that old green. It's the Frigadier, the old school fridge. Open it up, it's not in bad shape. I don't know if it's a collector's thing or whatever. I don't know how old it actually is, but it could be you know, I mean, I don't know if I'd use it for anything, but somebody might want it. If you want an old, decent shaped fridge minus the rust on the bottom, let me know. I guess we'll get it out there to you. All right, we're gonna go out to the front yard. Here we go. So we're walking the property line down the driveway here, and then you get up to the gravel road that comes up to the property line, and then you get the windmill. This thing is cool. And the cool thing about this is actually that's where the well pump is. I have it's all covered and stuff. I'll have to show you in another video, but that's where the actual well, I don't know if the well's down there. I think it is. And then the pump. And then we got these white fences because the people that lease the land are using it for sheep. They use the electric zapping. It's not on right now. The electric zapping. Oh no, I'm just kidding. It's the easy to use, move around fence line stuff. Pretty good. They're good people. Good people. So then this is the entrance right here. You see the 1665 up there. And then that driveway, or that gravel goes all the way in. And then Brighton is right over there. That's all the town. And this is the front. This is the front view of the house. It's beautiful out here. It's quiet-ish. Lots of traffic, though. And then the wife wants to, in the Christmas times, once we get out here, take one of these trees over here, a couple of them, and decorate them up with lights and stuff so you can see them from the road. I think that's a great idea for someone that's got a 30-foot ladder. I'm just kidding. I'll be the one doing that, obviously. The sheep are over there. We're going to walk over to that pasture here, and then we're going to call it a day. Hope you guys are enjoying the ride so far. All right, so we crossed over the driveway. This is what most of the fencing looks like around the border of the property. It's really good fencing. I don't think this is on, but I'm going to touch it just in case. No, it's not on. The people that we bought it from before had put up a lot of this stuff, and it was here when we bought it. So it's a really good property. I don't know if you can see the sheep in the background. They're right over there. There's about 20 or 30 sheep back there that they chew up all the grass, and they keep this place pretty well groomed ish. There's a lot of work that needs to be done out here, but yeah, that's the outside. I know last time we really focused on the inside. I wanted to give you guys a better view of what the outbuildings look like. You get up here though, and there's this beautiful, like this. So the house itself, it's right there. Okay, come right here, and there's this beautiful like crooked tree that goes up into just a lot. And this is what the driveway entrance looks like. Like, look at that view. Whenever it's like fall and all the leaves are on there, it's just blooming. It looks beautiful. It's like walking through heaven. I swear to God. But yeah, now we're back up by the side of the house, and yeah, there it is. Let me know in the comments what you think. If there's anything you want to see specific in the comments, let me know. The next couple of videos are going to be of us really cleaning it up because it's a mess. Like, there's just piles of junk everywhere. Like right over here, all this stuff. We got to get it cleaned up. That's gonna be the first like major step. And then you guys saw the inside, all the lath and the old insulation has to go. And then we just do it one piece at a time. We're planning on getting the basement stabilized in like March once taxes come back and stuff. If we get taxes this year. Just kidding. But we're planning on getting all of that done so that we can start working on the actual like inside, changing the walls up how we want them, running plumbing and electric, and eventually putting the walls up and eventually moving out of here. That's the dream, right? It's going to be a long journey, but I hope you guys hang on for the ride. It's going to be a fun one. So let me know if you guys have questions in the comments, please. I would love to interact. I love to talk about the house and recommendations on stuff we can do, ways to make things cheaper, because the whole point of the farm is to live cheaper. You know, we want to have chickens laying eggs. We want to have our own group of pigs, a couple cows, so we have a cow a year or two a year, depending on how many. I got 6 kids, so there's 8 of us in the house. So we eat a lot of food. And then, you know, pigs, chickens, cows, some sheep, just because, you know, I don't know anything about sheep, but they're nice to have. And then we want some of them goats, the ones that faint when you scare them, so that every morning I get up to go to work, I can scare them. And then my day starts off better because I got to scare a fainting goat to make it pass out. But yeah, that's it. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I would love to interact with you guys. Have a good one.